Hello and welcome to another video by your number one software dudes, Enterprises Software Solutions. So if you've gotten your hands on Windows Server 2019 yet, then you've been met with this notification to try managing your servers with Windows Admin Center. Well, I want to run you through how to get that installed and set up on your server. So if you're on the server, you got to disable IE Enhanced Security Configuration first. But if we click on this link, it'll take us right to Microsoft, right to the download page. And from here, we'll just click on Get It Here. And it'll download it. I'm just going to hit select to run straight from the downloads. And when it finishes downloading, it's going to go ahead and launch the installation wizard. All right, and this is a pretty standard wizard. We'll accept the license agreement. It's going to give you some information about setting up a gateway server. But in this case, we're just going to do a really basic install. So of course, we're going to allow it to manage our trusted hosts, generate a self-signed certificate because I don't have PKI in my lab environment. And then we'll let it roll. And this will take just a couple of minutes for it to finish installing. Alright, and when that finishes installing, it's going to give you the URL for your WAC portal. But in this case, if you click on it, it's going to launch in Internet Explorer, and Internet Explorer isn't actually supported for Windows Admin Center. So I'm going to flip over to Chrome here and paste in the URL that I've got for it. And this is I'm just pointed straight at the IP address of that server, since I don't have DNS pointed at that server currently. And here we go. So the first thing we look at here is just the introduction. It's got a really short tour. If we just click next, it's literally one step. It tells you how to give feedback, essentially. So I'm going to click finish there. And here, you'll notice that we've got just one server listed. And that's the server that we are currently running Windows Admin Center on. So if we click on it, it's going to try to connect to it. And here, we'll type in the username and password for the local administrator account on that server. All right, looks like I didn't like it the first time. And if it doesn't take it in that first box like it did for us here, you can select the option for use another account for this connection and fill in your username and password and click connect. And there we go. So this is what the Windows Admin Center interface looks like for your server. So if we scroll down here, we've got some really cool data. I'm actually going to adjust how that works here. We can actually track our memory, our CPU, the network speed, all through a web browser. So this is pretty sweet, in my opinion. And then, of course, we can also look at the devices that are on that server. Give it a minute to load here. So essentially, a web version of the device manager. We can look through the event logs if we wanted. We can look at installed apps. I mean, the Windows Admin Center is actually really sweet, in my opinion, for remote management on your servers, assuming you don't want to use PowerShell. And even if you need to add or remove roles and features, if we select that on the left, we are greeted with a list of all the roles and features available on the server and whether or not they're installed. So, for instance here, this server is just bare bones, so you can see that I've got mostly 0 installed, just a few of the basic features. But that is how you get Windows Admin Center installed set up on a single server. And remember, Enterprises Software Solutions is your number one software dudes.